Hello everyone. So lately I thought that I should dig more into how code editors work. So I thought, why not just make my own? Because practice is the best way of learning. So I think everyone is familiar with how CodePen works. It's basically a site where any developer can go and create its own little piece of art. It's divided into 3 pieces. It's the HTML, the CSS, and the JavaScript. And yeah, what you can do is just what you can do is just write your HTML in the HTML part, your CSS in the CSS, and JavaScript in the JavaScript part, which is basically how many all of the code editors work. But the good thing is that it's done completely on the web, and since I really like JavaScript, and I don't want to learn another language, or improve my knowledge of another language just to understand how code editors work, I can use this site as an example of what you can do with JavaScript to create sites. This particular site has many other interesting things. For example, you can use preprocessors for the HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, all of them. And you can add anything you want, which is really cool. Well, I think I could do those things, but what I probably can't do is have the user be able to save its own pens or use the iframe in the middle, because I don't really want to use a server or buy a site or just use a local host. I don't know, it's just too messy. This is just a test, of course, yeah. Okay, let's get started. I'm using brackets for this. I already created a file, a folder, and yeah, so first of all, as always, is the HTML. What I'm going to do is just make this page. I'm not going to create the whole side of CodePen, that would be too much of work. So, as always, set the doc type should be equal to HTML, and yeah, wait a second. Yeah, I just needed to start the clock on my phone so that it would ring after 20 minutes, because that's how long each episode should last. And yeah, each episode I'm going to make an improvement on this, if I can do this in those 20 minutes, which is very likely. So yeah, set the HTML, head, as always, title, code, just code editor, plain stuff, code editor. And we need a style, no, we need a link with a URL of, oh, it's been a while since I've linked to a style. What was it? Okay, I just put a style here, I don't really care for now, and we'll edit the style tag later. Body was link, oh, and I think I remember now. Sorry, link rel equals style shit, and href is equal to style.css. I'll make a style.css file later. Yeah, I think this is actually what I'm supposed to write. We'll see later anyway. Now, for the body, we need to put the script at the bottom, and this actually again is script.s.js. But we also need some other stuff in the middle. So just, you know, the main things. So we need a result, maybe a div, and the HTML, CSS, and JavaScript things. Okay, so div at equal content, which will be everything, I think. Actually, I should call this main, because let's say that later I want to make a bar like this or a footer like this. Well, this should be a header and this should be a footer. If you want to do stuff semantically correct, I should just put a main for everything in the center. So again, now we need three things. We need four divs. I'll decide how to call those later. But yeah, this should have an idea of okay, so this should be the result. Actually no, I could split the thing in two. So the result and ID equal code. Now the result is where everything else is going to go, and yeah, the code is where other stuff is going to go. So now I can do stuff like moving those around. I just need to, if this thing can load, yeah, maintenance is quite slow. We can just move those things around without having to move every single one of these based on something. I can just move this whole part and this whole part. Yeah, my internet is lagging quite a bit. Not sure why. Okay. Now the code again should be divided into these HTML. I've already looked at how CodePen does it, because it's quite strange to see those maybe single characters which have colors. I couldn't really think of a good way, well, of an elegant way, until I saw how CodePen did it, which is basically split all of this into a table, where basically every row is a table row and every cell, well, every character is a D cell. And yeah, I mean, that's maybe not really intuitive because it's not text, but it works, and you can style every single character individually, which is cool. I like it. Because what I actually thought would be to have some spans go over each of the things, but meh, I mean that's kind of pointless, maybe, I don't know, because then it may be too strange, well, too, how do I say this, well, not really good to remove those spans, or to know when to add them. So it just stores every thing that I would have otherwise stored as spans into maybe some arrays, and those arrays point to the coordinates of the characters. I mean, I haven't exactly looked into how CodePen does that, but at least I know that it uses a table to store the characters. Okay. So the HTML, the CSS. A cool thing about the CSS in CodePen is that it's dynamically injected. For example, if I set the, I don't know, body background color to be no, because this already has a background color. Okay. If I set this to be, I don't know, 80% and 50%, I should see red instantly, yeah. The page doesn't reload, which is a quite cool thing about the CSS. And I think I can do that, but it would be a bit more difficult to do that with VGS. Well, actually for CodePen it's quite difficult because it has to send VGS to another page, it has to send VGS to the server, maybe compile it if it's needed, and then do it here, because otherwise it would take it too much time to do it both here instantly and there instantly. I don't really know. I'm not sure. And also, if you want stuff to work correctly, you have to reload the page, because otherwise you could have some leftover variables or leftover things in the page from the JavaScript, and same goes for the HTML. What I could do is add an option for which it's asked whether you want the JavaScript to reload the page when it's changed or not, and same for the HTML. So div ID is JS div. Okay. Now, almost all of the rest of the work will be in the style and in the script. Maybe I could do some other things here, like mix these texts, or those, no, well, I could, and those lines in between, but, well, not now. Okay, we're also running short of time, I think. No, we still have 10 minutes, good. Now, let's get right to work. The basic concept. Let's just make a really quick style file, so style.css. And let's also open the index.html. I don't want an explorer. Oh. Okay, I'll just open it here. File, master editor, index.html. Okay, so right now you can see that. Oh, have I saved this? I haven't saved it. Okay. Now you can see the source code, and still nothing here, because yeah, there are the divs but they're empty, so you should see nothing, which is correct. Also, I should, let me see, I should get an error because there is no script.js file yet. Yeah, I do. Good. Everything's working according to plan. It's not like it's much, but it's something. So we need to divide the thing into the results on one half and the code on the other half. I'm not going to make this compatible with all browsers, but I'm happy if this works just on Chrome. So I'm going to use Flex for this. Let me see, so I need to check for the main. Main should have a display, well, main should be as big as the page, first of all. So main, display flex, yeah, display flex. It should have a position absolute, top is 0, then left is 0, and it should be as big as the page. Width is 100 window width, height is 100 window viewport height. Now let's just set it, give it a background color just to make sure. So background color is 222. Now we should see a, okay, perfect. So this is our main div. Now let's split the result and the code. So result this should be so flex should be equal to 1, and of course we can change that later, but maybe not in this episode. Flex is equal to 1, and background color is 111, just to say something, or 000. Oh, also okay, so let's say that this is 95 and 95. We should also have a padding just to make some spacing and make everything look nice. The padding should be of 10, I don't know, 2.5 window width, 2.5 window height, and we should be half. Okay, so what happened here? Maybe I need to mark of those 2.5 window height. I can never remember. No, that's not it. Oh, problems. So it's okay that we see this white thing in the center, but it's not okay that we have this white thing on the side. I can do nothing but laugh at the fact that I completely forgot how to use CSS because of those kind of things I've been doing lately. So if I go with this, putting top. Oh, because top is window width. Oh, I just have to change those. Oops. Okay. And I think that I can get rid of those. Yeah, okay. So we get this nice white thing in the middle. Let's just give it a bit of something else. Hey, should be a bit darker, a bit nicer to see. Okay. Result. When the other thing we need is the code. I think I call it the code. Yeah, it's code. Good. We should also have a flex of 1, and background color of I don't know. Background color of green. We'll change that later. Green makes absolutely no sense. But yeah, so you can see that half of the screen is for the result and half of the screen is for the editor. Again, this is just basic HTML and CSS, but most of the biggest part of the all is understanding how it works and how I could make it. And to make that, I first need to make the basement, which is basic CSS and basic HTML and JS. So, what now? I need to, I don't know, maybe make a margin left to be 10 px, and with actually likely light blue. How about that? Again, we'll change that later. It kinda looks like the bracket things, maybe, I don't know. Oh yeah, we could replace brackets. That would be a cool thing to do. Yeah. Yeah, actually what I think I'm going to do is try to recreate brackets for the editor. So, the background color here, I think is like DDD maybe. So Yeah, maybe a bit lighter, I don't know. It's good like that for now. And this will be result, so actually the background of this won't resemble at all what we currently have. But in any case, we should also have a display of flags and a flags direction of column, because as you saw here, I want, I usually, leave this page, and I prefer to have those things on the right instead of on top or on the bottom or on the left, for no particular reason, but I prefer it that way. So yeah, we need to split those in columns. So this is actually row. Flags direction. No. Yeah, it's row. Yeah, I think it's row. If it's not row, then who cares? So card of div flex is 1. This is just to make stuff like that. Okay. Next, I'm going to just put it a bit, well, in this direction, so that I can see that I'm still in the code part of the thing. Yeah, good. We're back towards that. So the HTML. Let's also add a border to those things. Border bottom to be 10 px. Oh, by the way, I'm not getting any skulls. Okay, good. Border bottom. The 10 px solid, and yeah, I forgot to specify those things. Solid black for now. That's interesting. Precisely not what I wanted. Also, yeah, probably flex direction should have been column. I don't know. Oh, and that's my phone ringing. So, yeah, I hope you liked this intro to what I am going to do, hopefully. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Please come back.